Hello everyone, this is Velocity Coasters, and in preparation for my visit to Busch Gardens Tampa Bay tomorrow, I wanted to make a fully detailed guide for the park. This will include what time to arrive at the park, what rides to go to first, and how to truly maximize your time at Busch Gardens. Starting off, as for what time to arrive at the park, I would highly recommend being at the parking tolls about an hour before the park's scheduled opening. So for example, if the park opens at 10 a.m., I will be there at 9, so I can make sure I'm one of the first people in both the parking lot and the security line. They will usually start letting people in about 10 minutes early, so it's not as if you'll be waiting around forever. Once the park does open, however, you have two paths to choose. You can either go left and start with Iron Gwazi, or you can go right and start with Cheetah Hunt. For me, this is a very easy choice, as I often go and choose right, so I can start with Cheetah Hunt. This may sound crazy, but I like to give Iron Gwazi some time to warm up, as it can run quite slower in the morning. This has the added benefit of getting the park's most popular coaster out of the way, and you have both Cobra's Curse and Montu right next door. It's also worth mentioning that both Cheetah Hunt and Cobra's Curse are not the most reliable coasters, so getting them done early can be a good idea. In the case of Montu, it's never usually that long of a wait, so you can get it done now and even come back later for night rides since it's so close to the entrance. At this point, saying the park opened at 10, it should be around 11:30, and we have 3 roller coasters done. From here, we could take advantage of the new Lion and Hyena exhibit, which connects from Cheetah Hunt to the Nairobi section of the park. Once you get through that area, you can head north towards Serengeti Flyer and get a fairly quick ride on that. If it has longer than say a 30 or 45 minute wait though, you could just skip it, due to the fact it's quite a common flat ride across the country. Keep heading north, past the elephants, and you'll arrive at the Pantopia section of the park, which is essentially the middle point. This part of the park contains 2 rides which each have their own unique issues that you'll want to know about. First up is Falcon's Flight, which is still by far the scariest ride I have been on, and is always a blast. When it is open, that is. The ride's been suffering from a lot of downtime in recent memory, and while it's always been an unreliable attraction, something recently has just been causing it to keep going down, and stay down more than it's been up. So if you get the chance to, you should definitely go and ride this world-class drop tower. The other ride is the fairly new Phoenix Rising, which as stated in my B&M ranking video, is a fine attraction, but suffers from the new gen B&M rattle and is quite rougher than you would like. It also only has 1 train, so the line can get quite bad on busy days. Overall, if it's too long of a wait, it's a ride you can skip and not miss out on much. But if you need it for the credit, might as well just get it done with. Now usually, next up we would continue heading north and get a few rides on Kumba, but seeing as that will be closed and replaced by Kumba's Revenge, that would logically be the next coaster to go to once it opens. Heading left, we enter Jungala and the new Wild Oasis play zone. This is a good area to take a break if needed, as it has some nice spots to watch the tigers and orangutans, while also having a Chick-fil-A nearby that you could grab a bite at if you want. If you have kids, the Wild Oasis play zone is the perfect place for them to burn some energy while you relax. There's even the park's only water ride at the moment, with Congo River Rapids, if you don't mind getting wet, that is. After recouping here for a bit, you can head south past the orangutan exhibit to arrive at Stanleyville, which holds 2, potentially soon to be 3, roller coasters. First up would be Tigris, which is a good ride but can draw a long line due to the 1 train ops. After that, we have Shikra, which is honestly a bit underrated in the park's lineup. You may have to wait for it a bit as it's now around 2 p.m. or so, but that should be fine. Now for the potential 3rd coaster, we have Project Driftwood, which if the rumors hold true, we could see it being a launched mock water coaster. Now if you don't mind getting wet, you can ride that after or before Shikra, otherwise you can just skip it. After this, you can keep heading south past the birdcage and through the Sesame Street land, which again, if you have kids, can be a good place for them. Meanwhile, if you're a thuzy such as myself, you can go ride the best coaster in the park, Air Grover. Past this, we have Walkabout Way, where the African-themed park has Australian animals for some reason. Weird details aside, it is genuinely a nice area to be in, as you can walk through the habitats of the various species, even paying to feed them if you want. But from here, we arrive at what I consider to be the best way to end off a day at the park, that being with Iron Gwazi. At this point, it should be around 5 PM or so, and the park likely closes in a few hours, which should give you plenty of time for re-rides on Gwazi, or the aforementioned Montu night rides. With that, if it all goes according to plan, you will have successfully rode everything at the park. Everything that was open, that is, as the park can be pretty horrible with having rides opened and staffed. It sucks when that happens, but you just have to try to work around it and pray to God that luck is on your side. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to subscribe for more coaster news, rankings, and construction updates. We only have one day left for Kumba, so I hope to see you all there. I'll have a custom lanyard on, so if you see me, don't hesitate to come say hi. I'd also like to give a huge thank you to everyone who provided the copyright-free off-ride footage used throughout the video. Their channels, along with all the music used, will be linked in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.